One of my favorite things is that we can notice the smallest little details. We'll hyperfixate on seemingly insignificant things just to make something cool. And I love the process of recording music. It's my chance to nerd out. When you're recording, those tiny details add up. Choosing the best combination of effects to create your secret sauce. Choosing the perfect guitar. Finding the ideal settings on your amp. All those little details add up to something special. Or it's complete garbage, because even though we can obsess over the little details, we will completely ignore the most obvious things that make our lives better. Let's talk about it. One of the little things that I'm so thankful for is that I was taught to maintain your tools. And I don't always do it, but when I don't do it, I generally learn the hard way that the little things I don't do add up into big problems. Most guitar amps have tubes in them like this. They're called a vacuum tube that are a really big part of their sound. And over time, they slowly start to lose like their punchiness. And that change is subtle enough that you don't really notice it. But if an old tube fails, that little thing can become a big problem. Your amp could be toast. Which got me thinking, what other little things can I do in my day-to-day life that can make a big difference? And you know what that calls for? Montage! Whoa. Well, that should have been obvious. Whenever I'm not happy with my guitar sound, the last thing I will blame is my guitar strings. Guitar strings are one of those things that you don't necessarily notice them get old until it's too late, and the guitar strings are dull and gross, and they won't stay in tune. Now, another little thing that makes a big difference for me is trying new things. And new things don't have to be big things. They just need to be big enough to take you out of your comfort zone and, take your brain off autopilot. Like changing to a different gauge of strings. Now, just to be clear, I would never dare change the brand of strings that I use. I am ride or die Ernie Ball. I mean, look at the back. But like I said, when we're not being dum-dums, humans can detect super subtle changes. So if something as simple as putting different thickness of guitar strings make a big difference and give you a little bit of inspiration, go for it. It's like painting with a slightly thicker paintbrush. It's the same movements, but it comes out different. Now I'm going to admit something to you pretty personal. I love these little things we can change to make a big difference, but I can get distracted by them too. When it comes to a big task, like writing a song, it's easier for me to focus on the tangible things, like my gear, because the cause and effect is way more obvious. Then, when I sit at the computer to actually make music, it can feel like this huge, daunting thing, with the goal being so far away. So I started learning how to direct movies. Before you think, oh wow, Danny's gone Hollywood, you're right. This shouldn't be a surprise. If you know anything about me, you know that I love being behind the camera. It's a fascinating creative world, and if you like buying gear, it's perfect. But if you think about it, directing a Hollywood movie is a crazy multi-year process. This book teaches you how to slow things down. Take it one step at a time, shot by shot. I think that's great advice for anyone. Take the big thing and make it into little things. Cool, huh? To keep track of all my little things, I've been writing my lists of tasks, thoughts, sometimes my feelings on paper. Now before you start rolling your eyes, years of playing instruments have taught me when and where analog really matters. And like playing an instrument, the tactile nature of pen to paper helps me focus, it helps me remember, and brain dumping ideas onto paper is a really great way to not be so precious with your ideas. Sometimes you need to see the bad ideas to think of a good one. To be honest, I got a little tripped up with this one. As usual, I started diving into the gear, distracting from actually writing things down. I was on pen subreddits. Everything can be a hobby and my little brain can't handle it. Writing things down has been a great thing that's helped me quite a lot, whether it's my little hipster notebook for random ideas or my big notebook for brainstorming ideas and breaking up my big tasks into little steps. The steps are right there. All you have to do is start crossing them off. Little things that make big differences. Maintain your tools. Dress the part. Check your fluids. Hydrate, which I guess is the same thing but for humans. Form unshakable bonds. Take naps. Try new things. They don't have to be big things. Make the big things little things like a movie director. Write things down. Subscribe. I'm Danny. I make movies about music, tech, and everything else that helps us be creative people. It's fun. Please. Don't overlook the small things. They're bigger than they look. Can't help but feel I'm forgetting something. Oh. Three, two, one. Yeah, that's good. Up higher.
Oh, sorry.
3, 2, 1. Okay, too high. 3, 2, 1. That's good. One more. 3, 2, 1. I missed. 3, 2, 1.